What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, check this out. So we're coming to the end of 2023. Obviously, we got about a week to go. And then we'll be moving on into 2024. And naturally, you're going to see a lot of articles like this one on Variety talking about what's in store for us in 2024. What are the big questions that Hollywood is being faced with? As you can see on this headline, New Year, new headaches. Here are 5 burning questions facing Hollywood and 2024. I only got one question. Are they going to stop the woke agenda and start making good content again? Because honestly, that's the only question that really matters. That's the only question that right now matters. That's the real burning question that Hollywood has to answer. Are you guys going to finally knock it off with the woke agenda? Are you going to finally start making content that the fans want to watch? You know, how much bread do you have to lose before it gets through your thick skulls that we're not showing up for this shit? We're done, okay? How much money do you have to lose? They just got through just box office bombs galore all year long. I mean, at what point in time, you know what? Hey, screw it. Give these damn fans what they want already. Golly, man. No, enough of the woke agenda. We thought we would be able to change the world and make the world a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. We thought we was going to do all of that crap. It didn't work. Nobody's showing up. We're just losing money. We're just losing tons and tons, millions and millions and millions of dollars. We're just setting it on fire. Like the Joker in The Dark Knight. That's basically what Hollywood is right now. And it's like, at some point in time, it's like, damn it, that's it. Hey, give these damn fans what they've been asking for. Good content. No more agenda. Just give it to them already. But you know they ain't gonna do that. You know they ain't gonna do that. But let's see what they're talking about in this Variety article. The entertainment industry is wrapping up one of the most chaotic and costly years in its history. From striking writers and actors to swooning stock prices, 2023 didn't lack for drama. But even as Hollywood looks to put all of that in the rearview mirror and get back to business as usual, the landscape remains treacherous. Wall Street has big concerns about how media companies are handling the shift from cable to streaming. Well, what they're doing is basically just going to go to ad-based shit. It's just going to go to cable, you know? It's going to go to cable at this point. That's basically what Hollywood is going to start doing. They're just going to shift everything back to cable, and there's just going to be ad-based tiers on all of these streaming services. So then basically you're just going to have like a little pockets of like cable television like it used to be. And then some of them are just going to combine forces and say, all right, like you saw Paramount Plus and HBO Max, they're just going to combine forces, or maybe it's Apple TV with Paramount Plus. We've heard about that. You know, Netflix, they have some sort of a new agreement. I think it's probably in this article somewhere. There's going to be all kinds of stuff like that. So it's just going back to cable. That's basically how they're going to handle it. The box office hasn't recaptured its pre-pandemic stride. It's not going to either until they get it again. The one question they need to answer, hey, when are y'all going to get rid of the woke shit? Get rid of the woke shit and then come back to us. Hit us back after you get rid of that crap. The epitome of cool. Once the epitome of coolness, late night TV is suffering from a full-blown identity crisis. Elected leaders are eager to crack down on the excesses of Ticketmaster and its ilk. All this upheaval is expected to lead to more consolidation in a space that's seen century-old companies vanish or get absorbed into larger businesses, displacing thousands of workers and creating unprecedented disruption. I'm going to tell you one thing that they're not thinking of when it comes to the problems in the entertainment industry, and that is that entertainment is becoming more and more decentralized than ever before. Like right now, you're watching me on YouTube. And there's a lot of other YouTubers out there that you probably watch, you know, a ton. And think about this. If I can get, you know, entertainment in 8-minute, 10-minute, 20-minute spurts, or maybe even a full hour, watching somebody's live stream. By the way, check out the live stream. The DA's office will be on at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 Eastern. But we're getting content and entertainment from places we've never gotten it from before. Not to mention the video game industry is way bigger than the film industry, the music industry, the sports industry. Like, video games have completely dominated entertainment. And that's something you buy it once and you just play it for hours. Hours upon hours, and then you watch other people stream. So streaming video games has become a thing. And that's taken, again, a big chunk out of what Hollywood used to have the entertainment market cornered for the most part. You know, at least in this country. But it was pretty much like, yeah, they had a monopoly on entertainment. And that's gone. That monopoly is completely gone. Now you got independent content creators. You got, you know, again, video games have stepped into the mix. Yeah, I pointed this out before. According to a report by Superdata Research, the global gaming market was valued at 159.3 billion in 2020. And then to put that in perspective, music was at 19.1 billion in 2020, and the movie industry was at 41.7 billion. So, like, video games like dwarf this by more than double. By more than double. So, yeah, if you got competition like that and then you're going woke with your content, now video games are starting to go woke too, don't get it twisted. But you're not standing out. And yeah, so that 41.7 billion, which is big for the movie industry, it's nothing compared to the video games industry. And so you're going to see more and more competition, and it's just going to start pushing out and squeezing out Hollywood. They're going to be the ones on the outside looking in when it comes to it at the end of the day. You know, YouTube and video games are just going to continue to get better, and they're just going to continue to push Hollywood down the line until they finally wake up and say, all right, damn it, we just got to start catering to customers now instead of catering to ourselves and our woke bubble and these stupid idiots in Hollywood. We got to stop doing that crap. But yeah, let's get to these 5 burning questions. The first question, where are the blockbusters? If you own a movie theater, it's looking pretty scary out there. COVID's lingering impact coupled with months of strike have disrupted the production schedule for major films, leaving studios without a compelling slate of blockbusters. No, see, again, they still want us to talk about COVID, all right? And they're talking about the strike. The strikes had some, impact, no question at all about the production. But yeah, the big problem is the slate of blockbusters doesn't look very inviting. What do you want to watch next year? What's the big thing that you want to check out next year? Yeah, this is on Rotten Tomatoes, the most anticipated movies for 2024. Let's scroll through this real quick. All right, so you got Mean Girls. Y'all looking for Mean Girls? I'm not. Argyle, I might check that out. All right, Madam Web, yeah. How many people are going to check out Madam Web? Dune Part 2, absolutely. I'll be there for Dune Part 2. Imaginary. I thought this was a very interesting trailer. It's a horror film. I thought this was a very interesting trailer. I saw this, where did I saw? I saw it the other day. It looks like it might be actually pretty decent. Kung Fu Panda, okay. But again, is this something that people are going to be flocking to? Is this going to be a $1 billion movie? I don't know. I mean, maybe not. Arthur the King, again, I don't know nothing about it. It doesn't look like it's going to be that great. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, I think that might do something. But again, it's not going to be the big hit that, these theater chains need. Theaters need huge hits. I don't know what Mickey 17 is, Godzilla Kong, the new Empire. Again, try to compare these. These sound like big films and they've spent a lot of money on them. But think about where these films are checking in when it comes to the overall, this whole thing with Zendaya, this stupid movie. I don't care about that. Civil War. Yeah, this looks like it might be interesting, but I mean, how many people are going to go and check it out? How many people are really flocking to see this thing? The Fall Guy, the same thing. I'm going to go watch The Fall Guy. I think it looks funny. But how many people are really checking for that? Back to Black, I don't know nothing about it. If I saw a trailer for this looks actually pretty good, pretty interesting. But again, how many people are going to be flocking to the theaters to watch this crap? Furiosa, I don't know how many people are coming to see it. Again, you can just go through this whole thing. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, Ballerina, that John Wick spinoff, that might be all right. Bad Boys 4, is that still coming out? I don't know. But, I mean, you just start scrolling through a lot of these films, and, Despicable Me probably will do very well. Twister. But what are we talking about? Maybe like 4 or 5 like mega blockbusters that's going to make a lot of money. Deadpool 3, obviously, that'll be one that's going to do really well. Borderlands, I don't know. How many people are really coming to check for this? Is it going to make a billy? Is it going to make 500 milli? Some big name films like, DC films, Marvel films didn't hit that this year. Then we got an Alien, Craven the Hunter. Obviously, that one was pushed back. Beetlejuice, I'm interested in Beetlejuice. I think Beetlejuice might be all right. Transformers 1, I believe this is animated. Yeah, animated. Again, folks, I mean, how many people are really checking for these films? That's the question. Tiffany franchises like Batman and Avatar don't have sequels lined up for the next 12 months. Yep. And then, Captain America Brave New World, Mission Impossible 8 got pushed back. A few sure things such as Dune Part 2 and Deadpool are slated to debut, but there are not enough big ticket projects to calm jittery cinema operators. Yeah, it shouldn't be. Again, we just looked at that. There's nothing really amazing coming out. Like, oh my God, I got to see that. How much is really coming out that people are going to be flocking to? Not a lot. Number 2, will Disney get its groove back? No, at least not next year it won't. Not so long ago, all was right with the Magic Kingdom. Marvel was the envy of the movie biz. Star Wars had been rebooted. The theme parks lured families from around the world, and Disney Plus seemed like a potential Netflix killer. Boy, how things have changed. Disney superhero films are bombing, a victim of rapid expansion into streaming that led to a glut of content and a lack of quality control and trash woke content. They will never admit that ever. They will never say it. Just say it. You know, you actually had the article out there where you were explaining why, Marvel had fallen on hard times, Variety. Just go ahead and say it. Hey, man, everything went woke. You go woke, you go broke. The studio keeps announcing then abandoning Star Wars spinoffs and sequels. Yeah, because they don't know what they want to do. They have no clue what they want to do. Price hikes at the parks have alienated consumers, and Disney Plus has failed to convert its subscriber base into robust profits, while rumors are swirling that the company might sell ABC to generate some cash. All of this has left Disney stock languishing, setting the stage for a fresh proxy fight with activist investor Nelson Peltz. Yeah, all of this right here, all of this that they're talking about right here, Disney is not going to get itself back on track. Not in 2024. Until they figure out what they want to do. Bob Iger is going to have to sit down and start talking to Kevin Feige, Kathleen Kennedy. First, they got to fire Kathleen Kennedy. After the undressing that they got at the hands of South Park, where they just got stripped down to their bare bones and just laughed at and mocked at, and that damn put a chick in it and make her gay and lame, that is going to be a meme for the next 5 to 10 years. That is going to go down in history as one of the most brutal takedowns. And the fact that they haven't fired Kathleen Kennedy yet, they ain't going to get nothing on track until they finally start making some real decisions over there at the House of Mouse. That's basically how I look at it. What will happen to late night television? It isn't just democracy that hangs in the balance. What the? Oh my God. The fate of late night TV could hinge on the upcoming election cycle and whether talkers still have an impact on political discourse. The threat of a brutal presidential campaign with the very bleak possibility of Donald. Holy fuck. I want to stop reading, but I don't want to start reading. What the hell? Let me read this again. The threat of a brutal presidential campaign with the very bleak possibility of Donald Trump grabbing power is something the hosts of most of these shows are dreading. That's not true at all. They love Trump. They love Trump. They can't wait for Trump to get back in office. He was boosting their ratings. All of the crybabies was going on, listening to them cry on Donald Trump every night. They love it. Man, Variety is so full of shit with that one, man. Oh, my God. What does that have to do with anything? They just grabbing at straws right now, man. This is hilarious, man. I can't believe they even wrote that. I could see getting to a place where you still love doing the show, but the stuff you have to talk about is a lot harder to get through. Seth Meyers told Variety last year. Look, I'm telling you right now, man, this upcoming election, that's the thing that's going to make 2024 pop. 2024 is going to get really interesting just based on that. Listen to these clown shoe idiots right here. The threat of a brutal campaign with the very bleak possibility of Donald Trump grabbing power. These guys got Trump derangement syndrome on bleak, okay? On max mode, man, cranked up to 20. Unbelievable. As for the day part itself, there's a question of how Comedy Central, The Daily Show, will fill the void left by Trevor Noah. At CBS, will audiences embrace an entirely different format in the late show slot as Taylor Tomlinson takes over a hosted panel show called Aftermath? I don't know nothing about any of this shit. I don't even know why people watch all of this crap. Do people really watch this stuff? Does it get amazing ratings? I swear, I haven't watched any late night television or morning television or any of these dumbass, The Daily Shows and all that. I catch the clips. I haven't watched any of this crap. I can't believe people actually watch this stuff. It's absolutely ridiculous. Whether late night shows continue after their current hosts leave is an ongoing debate. But first, let's get through November. These people are so hilarious, man. Wow. Can the concert ticketing conundrum be solved? During the week of December 4, 2 bills were introduced to Congress to curb the excesses of the ticket marketing, which has seen prices soar into 5 figures for concerts by Bruce Springsteen, Beyonce, and of course Taylor Swift. The Senate's Fan First Act aims to address flaws. I don't know what this has to do with Hollywood. I guess maybe it's Hollywood related because it's concert. That's more like music to me. You know, I'm not sure if that like is a problem for Hollywood. Like the one thing that, you know, Hollywood probably needs is some of these prices to be out of control so they could start putting that in the theaters, you know, like they did with Beyonce and with Taylor Swift. Putting Beyonce and Taylor Swift in theaters might actually help some of these theater chains. Because if you can't make money off of Hollywood, like Hollywood's content is trash, nobody's coming to watch that crap. You know, so if nobody's coming to watch that and you're, you know, say, hey, man, let's go ahead and get another concert in here. You know, people showed up for Taylor Swift and Beyonce. Yeah, let's just do that, you know. But yeah, I don't know if this is necessarily a Hollywood thing. Ticketmaster is a useful punching bag. But what's the solution when 25 million people are trying to buy 3 million tickets? Again, go to the theaters. All right. So now the theaters can start partnering with Beyonce, with Taylor Swift, with all of these other big acts, you know, and they can start selling that out. You know, I saw there's an upcoming Queen. I think Queen is doing like a replay of the old Queen concert from back in the day, and people were buzzing it. Oh man, that's gonna be an IMAX too, man. Let's go and check that out. You know, people will still go to the theaters for other things other than, you know, movies. And so, yeah, maybe this is how you fix that whole situation, you know? Will any of these problems be solved in 2024? Prognosis grim. I don't know. I mean, that one's an interesting one. Number 5, which conglomerates will be left standing? A raft of media conglomerates and streamers may run into each other's arms as the operating terrain grows complex. In the past, Paramount Global, Comcast, Warner Brothers Discovery, Disney, and Fox were all powerful. The main providers of entertainment. That's what I'm saying. They used to have a monopoly on the entertainment industry, information, and sports, but streaming has upended all, and Wall Street demands profit from broadband efforts while consumers turn away from linear operations, still driving millions in revenue. Yeah, see, here's the thing. This stuff has been decentralized more than ever before, all right? You can get entertainment from YouTubers, from people just entertaining you. You like a certain YouTuber, you like Nerdrotic or Geeks and Gamers, or you like the DA. Hey, you can get some entertainment from that. Or the information, the same thing. There's places that I watch where I get more news from like Black conservative perspective than I get from almost anywhere. You know, stories that you don't read about or hear about. The Quartering. I hear a lot of stories from The Quartering. So it's like you can find other outlets for entertainment and information. You know, and you go to YouTube for that. We get our movie reviews from Critical Drinker. You know, like that's what I'm talking about. Like that's the new era of content. It is no longer consolidated with these big giant corporations. It's now people like me and you and other cats that are out there just doing it on their own. So this is what's crushing this. It's not just streaming. It's YouTube. It's independent content creators that are absolutely taking these guys to the woodshed. And you might think a little small channel ain't doing nothing, but a lot of little small channels is doing a whole lot. Paramount is clearly up for grabs, with the company engaging in talks with Warner Brothers Discovery and Skydance and Redbird Capital, exploring their own deal for the House of Redstone. But sector watchers should also scrutinize streaming services. Disney is making moves to tie up Hulu and Disney Plus and unveiled a content sharing pact with Netflix. That's what I'm saying. Netflix is making moves. They're trying to get some content sharing going. Verizon has a new bundle that includes Max and Netflix. Surviving the fallout may require new alliances that were once believed to be impossible. They're going to have to start linking up. They are going to have to start doing that because they can't survive on their own. They can't. At this point, it's like a lot of these cats are going under. You know, like they were saying, there's some legacy companies that are just like, man, we got to sell. You know, we ain't making the money that we used to make. We can't support all of these employees. We are going to have to sell. A lot of major big companies are firing employees. We saw Hasbro laid off a whole bunch of employees recently. This is the new normal. And it's because there's new competitors in the marketplace, okay? A new challenger has entered the arena, and it's all of us. You know, we are the ones that are kind of driving this. You don't think about it, but we are the ones driving all of this because as much YouTube as you watch, YouTube is the #1 streaming platform across the board. YouTube is destroying all of these woke, these big companies that went woke. And they refuse to just, hey, we're just going to make good content for you guys. So people are like, well, what's going on this channel or that channel? And that's what's driving all of this. So, yeah, that's another question that they should ask is how much more market share is YouTube and independent content going to snatch from these big companies like Warner Brothers Discovery or Disney or Netflix. You know, the more you go woke and people start cutting the cords, they're cutting the cords and now they're cutting the streaming. And they'll say, you know what, I can just get this off of YouTube, or I can go and, you know, just purchase independent content. The Rippaverse, perfect example. The Rippaverse is starting to slowly eat into comic book spaces. People are talking about it more. You know, I just asked a question today to Ripper. I was like, hey, you know, I've been behind. How much content are you going to be producing in 2024? He says a lot. He said, we'll be producing a lot of content in 2024. It's going to be our busiest year. So I just want you guys to remember that this is where Hollywood has brought itself. They brought themselves to this point because they created the enemies that are going to ultimately take them down, you know, kind of like how all, you know, big dictators do, or, you know, people that are, you know, so focused on holding on to power, they end up creating the very people that will ultimately destroy them. And that's what I think YouTube has done, you know. But anyway, I've been going long on this one. I just wanted to go through this because I think it's a huge, important topic. You know, what's going to happen next year in 2024, you know, besides these guys and their Trump derangement syndrome. That was funny as hell, man. But yeah, we'll see what happens. You guys let me know what you think about all of this. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.